29 days till the GoPro Hero 13 hits the store shelves. Allegedly. Sometimes those dates can move. But a lot of people are, don't want to have to wait. They're picking up GoPros now. Others are going to wait till that GoPro Hero 13 hits the shelves. So guess what? It's time for another one of those videos. Top 5 tips for new GoPro owners. If you are new to GoPro, if you were thinking of buying a GoPro Hero 13 when it's released, you are going to want to know these top 5 tips. So with that, sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is DemonView. Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. I do appreciate you tuning in. Now we have 29 days to wait until the GoPro Hero 13 is released, but like I said, many people are going to be picking up GoPros probably now, or they will wait until the Hero 13 is released. Now, since we know the Hero 13 looks pretty much the exact same as the Hero 12, we're going to do a top 5 tips for new owners of the GoPros, because these are tips that you're going to need to know. So trust me, watch this video. You will thank me later if you're new to owning a GoPro, or if you currently own a GoPro, because you might not know some of these things. So with that, let's start with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is kind of like a get to know your camera type thing. This is the GoPro Hero 12, and yes, it actually is a 12, has a 12 written on the side of it. So this here is the GoPro Hero 12, and you can see it's got the 12 written on the side of it. And here is, you might see this little thing here. This is not a door, it is not a hatch. Do not attempt to open this. This is the microphone drain port cover. It is there to protect the drain port that is under this. If you try opening this, if you try like peeling it up, you're going to break it off. You will break off your microphone drain port cover, and you see this on a constant basis from people who don't read the manual and try opening this thinking it's a door. It is not a door. Do not try to open this. Tip number 2, and this one is rather simple. You might have actually gotten a GoPro bundle or something, and that GoPro may have come with batteries. Now, this here is the Enduro battery. It is the only battery you really should be using in your GoPro. It is the best battery for your GoPro. If you got a bundle and you've gotten blue tipped standard batteries in that bundle, they're not very good batteries. They're over 3 years old at this point. A lot of people are just kind of throwing them in with the bundles to get rid of the stock of those batteries. Honestly, upgrade to Enduro batteries. Your camera will run cooler, and colder weather will shoot for longer times, and we're coming up to winter now. And the other thing on top of that is that you're going to get longer shooting times out of using an Enduro battery. Then tip number 3, and it's about putting the batteries in your camera, and this may seem silly, but it does happen, where people will put the battery into the camera in the wrong way. They'll put it in like this, and as you can see, it doesn't really sit down, and then they will try bending that door to try and close the camera. Why isn't it closing? As you can see, if you can't push the door shut like that with one finger, you've put the battery in incorrectly. So take a look at the camera, how it's oriented. Okay, that's the way the camera should go. This large part that sticks out in your battery should go underneath, in like that. And when you do that, if you can push that down with just your finger, that's it. It's in properly. And that's all you have to know. Tip number 4, use a recommended SD card in your camera. I use these Samsung Evo Pluses, or even use the Samsung Pro Plus. They are excellent cards. They offer excellent storage and price. I'll leave a link down below. But do not use cheap cards such as a SanDisk Ultra. They are far too slow for your camera. You'll experience issues. So make sure you use a recommended SD card in your camera. Speaking of which, when it comes to putting that card in your camera, I've seen people do this, and this is a terrible, terrible thing to do. You've just gotten your GoPro, you're thinking, excellent, I'm just going to take my brand new camera, my brand new SD card, slot it in there and start filming. Don't do that, that's terrible. There's some kind of bad advice out there about unnecessary things you need to do. What you need to do, and I'm just going to tell you this, is when you first get your camera, put the SD card in there, power on your camera, and using the rear screen, we're going to go all the way to preferences and scroll all the way down to reset. And in reset, the very top thing written on there at the top is format SD card. You are going to format the SD card before you use it for the first time, and that is to set up the camera SD card to actually use the proper format and the optimal block size for writing. If you don't do this, you're going to end up probably getting SD card errors. You don't know what way that card is being formatted. Remember, different devices use different formats, and the manufacturer has no idea what device that card's going to go into, so they just give a standard format. If you want to have the optimal performance from your card, format it in the camera before you put it in the GoPro. Okay, and here's a bonus clip for you. This is my number 1 recommended accessory for your GoPro camera, and I've made videos about this before. It is still the number 1 thing that I recommend everybody buys for the camera. I just bought 3 more the other day, and that is the official GoPro USB-C pass-through door. Now there's a huge advantage to using these over the competition. The competition does sell like third-party kind of doors, and for a similar price or slightly cheaper, but they're not as good, and I'm going to show you why. Here's what the door looks like. See there? So if you want to film for longer times, longer than your battery might last, if you want to do like extended night lapses over the winter time or something like that, well, your GoPro door just pops off like that, and you can replace it with the GoPro USB-C pass-through door. Now, the reason this is much better value is, first of all, the USB-C door from GoPro actually comes with an original GoPro cable that's much longer than the one that you normally get with your camera. And it's twist tied up like crazy, so it's going to take me 10 minutes to untwist tie it. But look, here's how long this thing is. And that's pretty good because you won't be able to get from your power source to your camera, and maybe if you're using a battery bank, you've got that mounted somewhere where it's actually out of the weather, out of the rain, that type of thing. But why is this door excellent? Well, first of all, there's a built-in rubber grommet here to actually stop water going in. It's a rubber cable, so once that's inserted, like so, now this is weather tight. Now, weather tight means that it can rain, snow, sleet in this, and water's not going to get into your camera. It doesn't mean you can use it underwater. It is not waterproof, it is weatherproof. The other advantage to this is this little bit here. This is a cable holder, so you're going to loop your cable over like that, slot it into the cable holder like that, and that is ideal because now if you have like the cable here hanging down, you're not putting weight or pressure on the USB-C port, which could damage your camera. You're actually putting it on this holder here, which fits that cable snugly, and that's one of the huge advantages that this door has over the competition. The competition usually just has a hole here, and you're putting the whole weight of the cable onto that USB-C port, which can damage it. This takes that pressure off of there. And like I said, the price advantage here is that it comes with this huge USB-C cable, which the competition does not come with. So yeah, if you're going to buy one accessory for your GoPro, it's definitely going to have to be the GoPro USB-C pass-through door. I fully recommend these things. I think they're excellent. I think they're one of the best things that GoPro came out with. So yeah, purchase one of those. And that's it. Top 5 tips and 1 bonus recommendation for new GoPro camera users. So it doesn't matter if you have a 9, 10, 11 or 12, or if you're waiting for the 13, you're going to want to pay attention to those clips, especially the one about the microphone drain port cover. I don't want to see anybody breaking off their drain port cover because they didn't watch this video. So with that, thanks for watching. I really hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheerio. $29 days until the GoPro. Yeah, I'm not kidding. I really did buy 3 of these things. Here's the one I just opened and showed you the parts out of. Here's one that's unopened, and here's one still in its plastic wrap unopened. The reason I bought more of these was because I was filming night lapses with attached to the eaves of the house, and the raccoon decided to crawl up there and decided to munch on the cable. Cable's fine. It has like a few little frays in it, but just to be on the safe side, bought more of them because I love them, and I really like having those longer cables. But yeah, this wasn't one of those false advertisements I've seen on TV. Yes, I bought these for all my family. No, I really did buy another 3 of these, so that's something I do actually use, and I think I have actually 3 of them already, so 6 total now. If you're wondering why I make these videos, it's because I like to help people troubleshoot their camera issues and other device issues that they may have. Now, I do make all of these videos out of my own pocket, and a great way to say thank you for that, or if you just want to say hello, is to use the Buy Me a Coffee link featured below. You can buy me a coffee to help keep me awake, to help keep the words that I say coming out of my mouth in proper order that sense makes. But yeah, seriously, if you just want to say thanks or drop me a line, hey, buy me a coffee today, I would really appreciate it.